if you're there watching, I think I've got a. Oh, dude, what's up, Aaron? I see you, man. Cool. Do you want to join on audio? You don't have to. Your chat is totally down. I haven't figured out the audio thing yet, so but I know it's capable of like you being a guest, audio guest or video guest, but no pressure. Yeah. So right now I am. What am I doing? Um, I'm getting. I'm trying to share it out on the Discord. I've also got this like magic hand or helping hand set up, and I'm trying to put it out in the Discord um, so I can have people jump in if they want to jump in. But yeah, this is kind of where I'm at here um, in terms of the build. I've got these like helping hands kind of are messing with the focus. Let's see if I can get it to focus more on what I want it to focus on. Schematics are really strong. So let's see here. How's that looking? Is it focusing yet on the right thing? I don't think so, but it's okay. You know, the right solution for this would be to increase this. So we're gonna do that. Cool. Sweet. I think that'll get us. Where everything's sharper. We'll see. Right, yeah. It's the setting I have is let's see if I can get the focus better here. Let's see. Well, maybe that's good enough. I don't know. It looks decent. Looks decent. I know if I pull this up and like hold it here, it'll focus. But yeah, I think it's set to focus on the most foreground thing. It's like in product review mode. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, so but yeah, so all right, so I'm trying right now to figure out how to properly oh yeah, I was gonna put let's see. Okay. Yeah, so I'm basically just getting this now where I can share this with the Discord. So I'm doing that now. Say streaming live my debugger build session. If you know anything about how to build or want to join, Please watch me be an idiot and figure this out live. Okay, so yeah, if you're watching the live stream, which I think is just you, me, Aaron. We did have somebody earlier, but they dropped. And actually someone else. Okay. Oh wait, I forgot to. Okay. Cool. No worries, Aaron. I can see the chat just fine, so it's no stress. Cool. So now that that's in place, I'm just going to trying to figure out here, what do I need to do to attach this bad boy in correctly? And I'm pretty sure I have this in here correctly. What I don't know is, do I have this piece? This so this piece is in there correctly. I think the battery I could just remove. I don't know if it's good for me to just leave the battery in here, which also I'm missing my tweezers. My tweezers and my my plastic pry tool. So yeah, I meant to find that before going live. It's kind of annoying. I definitely gonna need. I think I'm gonna need tweezers in this journey. And my pry tool, which they're together, I'm sure. So give me a second here. I'm gonna see if I can write on this OBS some text or something. Let's see here. Text. Here we go. Be right back. Cool. Be right back. All right, and then, or what kind of font we can do here. Cool. I'm realizing that that's like live. Okay, I'm trying to find my plastic, pick or separator, you know? 1 second. Oh, hey, Tim. How's it going? All right, Tim, since you're watching, I'm going to take advantage of you being here right now because I don't want to waste your time. But I'm just know I'm like super embarrassed / nervous, but not in a bad way. Just know you're like 1,000 times ahead of me on all this stuff. But basically, like, one, and I'm recording all this so it can help future people. But like, is this set up, correctly? I don't think so, right? Because like, this would need to sit flush. I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, right. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do that, Tim. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna be able to prevent trouble, but yeah, it looks like this piece is slotted in correctly. And by the way, apologies. I don't think you'd mind this, but I had well, apologies for the AI usage, because I know you're a fan of like actually learning rather than relying on AI, which I learn as I go here, so I'm doing my best. But basically, I built. Let me make sure this is the right view here. Yeah. Computer. There we go. Okay. So I built this like. Oh wait, let's see what Tim says. No, the black plastic needs to go. First release the FPC connector. Okay. I think I know what you're saying. Okay, yeah. But anyway, what I was saying was I built this. I had AI build this to kind of put together all the pictures it could find and resources it could find on like getting this thing where we needed it to go. And I think what's happening right now is this piece here. Okay. What's up? Oh, Talia, how's it going? Cool. All right. So I need to release this connector, and right now I can't find my plastic thing. So I'm going to just use my fingernail gently. Don't kill me, Tim. It just worked. Okay. So I released it. So now we're free to be. Let me move all this out the way. We don't need the helping hands yet, so we're just gonna remove all this. Okay. All right, we're gonna get cranking soon, but for now, I'm just taking this slowly. So, oh wait, I need to switch back to my top view, and let me delete this. Be right back. We're not gonna be right back. We're here. We're here for the action. Okay, so, all right, so now, I'm scared, dude. The AI powered idiot gets to solder this thing. Like, yeah, this is gonna be great. Okay, and this might take me 2 hours, so don't stick around the whole time. But okay, so I released the FPC connector. Oh God, I'm glad you're loving it, Tim. Okay, all right. So now let's look at my pictures again to see what. Oh yeah, maybe it's not so hard. I'm seeing Tim on the Discord. This is great. Okay, maybe it's not so hard. I'm freaking myself out. Okay, so I think let's look at the final score here. So we're supposed to get to a state where we see this like little thing on the back here, and let's go back to top down here. Actually, I have this like split view. You might be able to see me. I don't know if it's gonna work, but okay, so we need to get rid of the plastic. How do we get rid of this plastic? Okay, we're gonna be very gentle with this like ribbon thing right here. I think it's like curled around, right? Yeah, this looks very fragile. And I don't have my plastic separator. I don't know where my... All right, the battery is glued. Okay, so does that mean we need heat? Should I use my hairdryer, Tim? Okay, no more touching the ribbon. Tim knows I'm a beast for touching the ribbon, unfortunately. No heat needed. Okay. It's a battery. Yeah, true. Good point. Okay. I might need to go find multiple things. I'm missing my plastic separator and my tweezers, and they're all like together, but I just can't find it. So I just need to see if it's in this magic box of things that came from Mouser. Shout out to Mouser. They are not sponsoring this video. They would be appalled. Sponsor. All right, 1 second while I go find this stuff. So we're gonna do another be right back here again. I'm just going to find it. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I actually was organized, and I put everything for my disassembly together in one place, and that's what happened. I got so organized that I forgot where my stuff was. But I've got everything kind of here. I've got my plastic little separator tool. It's kind of big, but it works. Here's a little flosser if I need it. And then here's all my original assembly, and I don't think I'll need any of that, but I can keep it for spare parts in like a little Ziploc or something. Will I need to put the rocker back, Tim? That's an open question. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if this like side view adds much value in that. It's just like the back of my head, but maybe we'll get rid of it. We'll see. Okay. So, yeah, I'm kind of nervous. This is fun though. By the way, okay, I will need to put the rocker needed. Okay. By the way, for those in the chat watching here, I think we've got Aaron, or maybe it's just Tim and Aaron. Tim is I keep calling him the founder of this community. I think he is, and the sp-1 sort of Discord. But he's, I don't know, a hardware engineering god. My wife did a deep research on you, Tim, and like sent me, because I was like, where does Tim work? And the closures on to keep them. Okay, cool, got it. Tim, fully functional. Yeah, so Aaron, what we're doing here, for those who are just joining, we're taking this sp-1 device. It's already disassembled, and we are rebuilding it into this enclosure that Tim designed in some sort of CAD software. I'm kind of curious, Tim, throw in the chat how you designed this, because AutoCAD is like crazy complex, and I think that's architectural. So I'm curious, like, where do people design these types of smaller enclosures, etc. And yeah, so basically design this to be a fully functional sort of debugger unit. And there's another piece of hardware that I think we acts as the intermediary between your computer and this device. Once you solder it in, and yeah, I don't feel like I can't do this. I think we can do this. But yeah, basically, so you're gonna solder a cable we have in the bag somewhere to the board, and then it creates a more stable connection, so you're not like manually like soldering tiny little pins, and keeping those secure. And then that hops to this board, and then I think this goes out probably via USB micro, it looks like, to your computer, where you can then do more advanced like development on the sp-1. And I won't lie, like I have no clue what I'm doing. This is with the power of AI when it happens. So we'll see what happens. But I honestly think it's gonna turn what I'm doing into like I've already feel like I was able to do so much, and it's gonna be right. There's no soldering involved to cables. Autodesk, cool. Fusion Autodesk, got it. But there is, we take a little header and solder it right here to this little area, I'm pretty sure. So now the challenge is, how do we get this battery out? And Tim was saying it's glued, so we're going to take a little thing here, and we're going to try to pry this at the prier and pry this out. And it looks like it's just kind of coming out, but it's definitely got some tension. Yes, the board is a NF. I'm pretty sure. Well, let's see what it says right on the board. It says it on the board. Sorry, an NRF 52840-DK by Nordic. Okay, so any tips on taking this battery? I'm seeing what you're saying, Tim. Don't rupture the package of the battery. Got it. Yeah, I don't know what that does. I think I'm being very gentle. Should I be wearing safety goggles here? No. I'm trying to keep my prior away. It could be nasty if punctured. Okay, I'm not gonna puncture it. But damn, this thing is glued. I'm trying to be gentle on the other side. Here, let's see. I'm also just getting a little bit of... sorry if you heard music coming in for a second. I had to... Hopefully that's not enough to get demonetized, you know, because I'm going to make so much money on this video. Okay. Okay, yeah. I'm going to go closer here just so... I need to figure out how to, like, punch in on the video. I'm looking back there, and I don't see any sensitive electronics. Okay, I just heard what sounded like some glue coming undone. Okay, I think I'm getting good leverage, like healthy leverage. Okay, it just popped up. All right, so let's take a look at this. So I actually think this video is going to be good for people in the future who might want to do this. But this is some pretty, I want to say, like, gnarly tape here. Like, there's like a strip, and it seemed like the strip was connected to this back plate here. And so it looks like everything's intact. There's nothing like, I don't want to say Tim would be proud of me, because I don't think there's anything to be proud of, but yeah, there's nothing damaged here. It looks like. Cool, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Tim. All right, so now we've got the plastic removed. Now what do we do, Tim? This is kind of, this is luxury here that I have Tim here. But Tim, we can, yeah, the PCB does just drop out, but the ribbon's still like connected to the plastic here. Are we trying to completely just like remove the plastic, and if so, how? Um, thank you, Tim. Gosh, Tim's such a nice guy. Like, he's incredible. But Tim, what we're gonna do with this video is we can take the transcript, build a better guide. We could take stills from this video. So hopefully this can help people in the future. Okay, so now what? Oh wait, it just. Oh, okay, Tim, I'm an idiot. Yeah, it just like popped out. Okay, everything just like popped out. And now we should be able to. Yeah. Okay. So Tim, here's a question that I was asking AI, and it was like, I was like, don't make anything up, you know. But like, do you have a reference source for this? Like, should we solder the header first before I sort of temp in the board, or should we temp in the board and then solder it? It seems like, okay, remove the tiny black plastic part. So, Tim, okay, I want to be very careful here. Solder first, okay. Tim, I want to be very specific. When you say remove the tiny black plastic part, do you mean, I'm going to use like my tweezers here. Do you mean this part here? This black plastic, kind of the LED, the 4 LED things? Or, by the way, I'm not going to do anything reactively, so you don't have to be in the chat like, no, don't remove that. I just want to make sure, like, there's like 2 little black pins on the bottom, or like that punch through. It looks like it might be able to come out, but also it doesn't seem like it's. Okay, the tiny, okay. I'm gonna be very gentle. Okay, all right, it does just come right out. Okay. All right, so that came back out. That came out. Yeah, it's your response comes in with a delay because my video is delayed, and it's unfortunately just, I think, because I'm doing 4K. I'm doing 4K streaming, so I could cut, you know, pop into the video or do more with the video in the future. But okay, I think we have this now fully disassembled, and this piece just kind of rests inside there, like this, except, you know, we don't have this little FPC cable reinserted. So I think now is the part that's going to be funny. Yeah, this is 10. I think it's like a 20-second delay or something, or a 15-second, somewhere between like 10 and 30 seconds. So I think now we're ready. Tim saying we want to solder first. So I think now all that was just building up to avoid the hard part, which is the soldering part. I think I have all the right tools, so I don't think we'll be delayed in any way. Yeah, there's like glue from the original, like right here. You can kind of feel it's kind of sticky. It's kind of sticking down in there. Kind of makes it nice when it's... Okay, so now I think I don't know what you use these little things for, but they fit perfectly in here. So we're gonna use them like this. I think this might be how it's supposed to be used. So we're gonna do like this, and we're gonna do like this, and then there's a third one under here, and we're gonna do it like this. All right, so now we get a semi-stable little little resting area. Don't install the FCC cable again first. That's your main board. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think we're doing it right here. So I'm gonna go find the header cable. I think we're ready for some action. We're just gonna solder this thing super fast. I'm just kidding. We're not. So this is the cable. Okay. Let me see if I can get that more center. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I have these magic hands. We can clamp it however we want. Should I clamp it? That way it's like more stable. Because it could rock out. So, you know, we could put like one right here. I've never used helping hands before, Tim. That, again, this is like soldering as a kid. I couldn't afford any of this as a kid. So, like, you know, this is my adult, reliving my childhood, basically. And then I think we can do one more. I don't know what a... Yep, okay, clamp it properly. So I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. All right, so now we got these little stand holders plus the clamps. And I think that's giving us a pretty secure... No, Tim, I have soldered before, but it was like, you know, like, okay, like my speakers here, I think I mentioned this, like, why am I out of focus? Focus. Huh. Anyway, my speakers here, I soldered little capacitor, like, let me explain. Okay, this is the kind of soldering I did growing up. Not anything complicated. Like this little capacitor here, I think it's capacitor. Like I just wired, you know, just soldered this to the board, or like guitar pickups. You know, like soldering your guitar pickups, or soldering. Did you ever? Do we have to solder to do CPU chips back in the day? Like, no, that was like heat thermal paste and stuff. I don't think it, but you know, just little things like that. Nothing tiny, and nothing that required a magnifying glass. But then again, I couldn't afford it. Meaning my parents were, you know, they supported my hobbies, but they didn't really throw money into it. I kind of had to. That's a whole other story. Okay, so, know what? You're delayed, but, okay, so let's keep the workspace clear. We've got our header cable. Now I need to find the little header itself. Let's find that. Okay. So I think, Tim, this is great. Your father's electrical engineer. It's so cool. Like, incredible. Yeah, that makes total sense. Honestly, dude, like, yeah, I could go off about how inspired I was by... Okay, so let's pull up... I learned to solder when I need Game Boy power supply. There you go. Hell yeah. Okay, so I want to look at what that... Make it to buy it. Hell yes. That's my goal with my sons, is like I want to be like, okay, like you can't just play a PS5. You have to build it first, because that's how I learned to get into like building things. Is like I was just we didn't have a console, and to play games I had to do like MS-DOS and build computers and all that. Okay, so, but Tim, you're the one that should be talking about, like, you're the one that matters here, not me. So keep telling us your story. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to the computer here, because I want to look at what we're supposed to be like what piece I'm supposed to be identifying here. Okay, so this, Tim, this is, I assume, what we're supposed to, this is the main objective here. Is this. However, what I have looks a little different. Oh, wait. No, it doesn't look that different. Okay, Tim, time for you to look at what I have to see if I've got the right thing. I think I have the right thing, but maybe you could tell me. All right, Tim, this is... Let's go back to here. Is this the right thing, Tim? Did I? And I can give you the parts list. I think we looked at the parts list together, but I'm just letting you visually. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the Discord. All right. God, this is amazing that Tim is live with me here. Okay, it looks perfect. Oh, that's good. That's relief. All right, so this is my A. Thompson. Shout out who you are. Who's A. Thompson? Just kind of curious. Just because I have a grandma who's Alice Thompson, which that would be crazy if my grandma was joining. We are building a debugger unit for a really cool piece of hardware. Aaron, if you're around and you want to, while we continue on, if you want to tell them what we're doing. Okay, so Tim, should I give you the parts list or like the things that I ordered? I still have it. Oops. Okay. So this is the parts list. Let's see if I can see it. Oops. This is the parts list right here. Okay. So that's enough. Yo, Luke. Okay. And by the way, Tim Nappin, I think that's how you say it. He's the OG godfather of sort of hacking this device, or one of the OG godfathers. Okay, cool. So, all right. So we need to let's look at the picture again that I found, my AI found. And it looks like this is horizontal with the board, or in parallel with the board. And can happen. Can happen. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So am I looking at the right thing here? Okay, so this is, again, what we're trying to solder this little header device onto the board. And I'm just making sure I have the right pieces before we get going here. And I also probably could put another lens on here, maybe. Do I have another lens that could go? I don't know, that might be too much. But basically, or I can get this up higher, which might be useful. This is a standing desk. I totally could do that, but I don't want to distract myself from keeping moving. So anyway, so this looks like it goes here, and the pins align perfectly with the header. And so that's really cool. So is there an orientation that matters? So Tim, my header is a little different than yours. There's there's two sides. So I'm mounting this header device in parallel with the board. But I'm curious, does the sort of notch side go to the MIDI port side of the board, or does the unnotched side? You see there's like a unnotched side and then there's a notched side. And so, okay, you sent a photo. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how Discord DMs work. Here we go. This is what his looks like. Oh wow, this is a close-up photo, folks. So this is what I'm looking at right now. Let's blow this up. Right. That makes total sense. We're doing this is microscopic. But let's see what Tim said about the okay. Starting to get the music back going for me. Okay. Okay, a pin 1 marking on the board and on the cable. All right, Tim. So this cable that I have is bigger than the thing. I'm assuming that's okay. So I got 2 of them just in case there's a problem. But like, did I just connect this correctly, Tim? Let's see if I can get that to... Let's see if I can get this to... So it's like the cable's wider than the header. Like the header doesn't use all the pins that this cable is capable of. Is that correct? I assume that's correct. And there's a notch on it, and so it only goes in one way. Okay. And I just pulled it back out, and there's a... And is the red pin the number 1 cable? Is that... I would assume the red pin means the number 1 cable. Okay, time to get out the magnifying glass here, because this is... and I might need to put on my glasses, too. Let's see what happens here. Gosh, I'm really nervous. I just want to be worthy of Tim's time. I know I am, by the way. This is really slow, and I apologize. And I can hear Tim being like, don't apologize, because now I know he's a teacher, and he's a great teacher, and he's patient. A. Thompson, are you from the Discord? Like, how did you find out about the live stream? Or are you like a follower from my ex or from somewhere else? You know, it'd be crazy if we could all see through this magnifying glass together. That'd be crazy. Let's see if that actually happens. I think if we get the Nikon to focus on it, then that will happen. We need to... This thing doesn't have the most flex. My AI was like, you don't need a really professional... And Tim was like, oh, I hate USB micro... Or, okay, well, I don't know if y'all are going to be able to see that, but I can see it just fine. But I think it would be fun for y'all to be able to see. So let me see if we can reposition this a little bit here, so that way y'all can see this too. Let me see if we can get this working. And so we're gonna. Okay. Okay, let's see. How does that look? It looks out of focus. So I think I'm gonna try to do this where we can both see. All right. Okay, I think we can both see now. Oh, cool. A Thompson, a heart YouTube recommendation. That's cool. So this is the device here where we're adding a debugger unit to it. So yeah, it's disassembled. Okay, so I'm trying to see where the. So Tim, is the number one cable? There's like a white dot. I wish I could show you. And I wonder if I can add as a third camera my iPhone. You know what I can probably do, y'all? Is I could probably add my iPhone as a third camera easily to this. Okay, let's do that. And that way I can get like a more micro camera on this thing. How do we do that? Okay, so how to access iPhone camera from Mac. I forget, it always bugs you about this, but open your camera app. Okay, so we'll just do like QuickTime and then new movie recording. Okay, yeah, y'all, we're gonna be in business here. I'm already connected. Okay, so we need a new source. And we're gonna do like a new. We're gonna duplicate this here, top 2, and then I'm gonna add in a video capture device. And we're going to put in Benjamin camera. Okay. All right. Let's see what we can do here, y'all. This is going to be wild. All right. I wonder if we can like zoom in. Yeah. Okay. It's pretty good. I think I'm going to see if I can get it closer even. What is going on? Okay, I think it can't be that close. There's like a minimum focus distance, I guess, to these. Yeah, I think we're I don't think we can select the lens that it's using. I think it's kind of preset here. So, um, cool. And let me see if I can get my iPad out so I can follow the chat a little bit easier. Okay. All right. So, okay, Tim, great. It's a tiny little dot in the rectangle in the silk. Okay, I assume the silk is the white outline. Like, okay, Tim, I'm gonna point at this and you just tell me which one is number one. Is this number one or is this number one? Is it the one nearest to me or farthest away from me? On the north side or the south side? The tiny white dot. Okay, so okay, thank you, Tim. Tim's gonna send me an image. I think I might back this up too a little bit because the minimum focus. There we go. Yeah, exactly, Aaron. That's why the whole project's called. Tim sold me on this idea of solderless engineering, but it was a lie. Um, to do this right, you have to do some soldering. And while we're doing that, I'm gonna come across here and like do another sort of helping hand to kind of stabilize this a little bit more. There we go. All right, Tim, I hope you don't mind me showing your photos. But this is what Tim sent me. So this one shows kind of the a close up of the header, and it's like a very detailed image. Looks great. Um, this one also detailed, well, slightly less detailed, but it's supposed to show me the number one pin, but I'm not very clear. Tim is typing though, so we'll see. Yeah, so the longer story while Tim is typing is basically, um, oh, okay, this is super helpful. And I wonder if this is in that. Okay, this is super helpful. This is what we needed. Great. Tim sent in like this diagram here. Okay, and I bet you my little AI built a version of this too. I don't know. I think I remember seeing this somewhere. Maybe not. I don't see it. So that's super helpful. Cool. So that is So cable number 1 is, so if you were to flip this around, okay, so it's on the south side. So cable number 1 is by this dot here. Cable number 1 is by this dot, and we are going to work on making sure that's aligns with our sort of pin number 1. I don't know if it's called cable or pin number 1, but Tim, is this aligned correctly? Is this the right way to be? I think so, but you tell me. I'm gonna hold this here for a second so you can see. Let me pull up my video here. Oh, top here. Okay. Top 2. There we go. Okay, so is this correct? I think this is correct. So I think we need like another, to use my other set of helping hands to hold the header in place. I think that's what we want to do. I need to move this like USB thing out the way. And these magnets on these helping hands are honestly strong. Okay. This is fun. Look, this is fun. So the brief of it is like I wanted, if I wanted a Nike cap, I had to sew on a check onto a hat. Like we couldn't afford like a Nike cap growing up. Like, or at least I felt that way. And I think that was kind of pretty close to the reality in some years of our lives. And so like having helping hands was just like out of the cards, or having access to whatever. It had to be like laying around sort of thing. And if I broke it, it was the only one. So the few times I did like hardware hacking, it was extremely stressful because I felt like I was like, there was no way back. Okay, yeah, the soldering iron will come out in a minute, Aaron, and you all will be able to, assist when, okay, so I assume the cable was the right way, and so we're gonna do this. Second. All right, I'm just getting this with the helping hands. Oh, I don't know if this is going to be possible. Okay. All right. I think I got it. I don't know if this is the right way to do it, though. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get to... I'm not going to be able to solder while holding it, so never mind. That's not going to work. So I might as well take this out the way. Well, we'll leave it there just in case we need it. I know it. Right, Aaron? Or right, Luke? By the way, Luke, you never called me back over the weekend. I was starting to think like, oh, he's got what he needs now from Ryan and from me, and now he doesn't need me anymore. I know that is my insecurity talking, but such is great Great spaces of change in your life. What a man with childhood trauma thinks. Okay, I think we're ready to solder now. No, not like this. Yeah, not like. Yeah, right. All right, so here comes the soldering setup here, and we'll start to move some of these sp-1s out of the way. By the way, my gear all here is not like really a flex. It's more just like it's set up for like so I can just like play music whenever I want. But I don't know if that's gonna happen because I love hacking more than playing music. So, but that's not always been true. Like I was in a band. I used to play music a lot when I was younger. All right. So what should the temperature be at for my soldering iron? Question number 1 of a million. And then, man, this cable is not very long, but I think it'll work. Okay. All right, we are turned on. Let's put this over here. Let's put these over here. We don't need this either. Anything we don't need, I'm just kind of putting to the side. Any of my spare parts, I'm putting with my spare part thing. Okay. Welcome, Galfarth, and thanks for the thumbs up. 350C, for those who are just joining or new or need orientation, we are basically soldering on a header. Okay, we were at 6 something. Okay, the lowest this goes is 392. 392 okay, Tim? And then, all right, I hope I got some good solder. I bought some solder specifically for this that AI recommended. So we'll see what you think. It's Otis soldering. Here's the soldering. Let's see. I don't know. We'll see. We're about to get into it. No, Fahrenheit, y'all. Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit. Okay. 350 Celsius. All right, we're at 350 Celsius. 350 Celsius. I was at Fahrenheit. Sorry, y'all. My bad. So now we're at 350 Celsius. Okay, never mind. This is a soldering pin. Okay, hold on. Okay, all right, so 1 ounce Kester 44 solder wire. Here. I hope we got the right soldering iron. I hope none of this is a game stopper because I got the wrong stuff. How's this solder wire, y'all? Tim? Please tell me that's the right soldering iron, solder here. God, I'm really nervous. Okay. And it had me get all this other stuff too. Soldering. Oh, God. I know, it looks huge, right? I agree. All right, soldering flux paste, desoldering wick. And then I've got like some sort of like plunger here to go with the paste. I don't know, will I need all this? And then like a soldering pin. Lord, I went into this like guns blazing, y'all. And I feel confident we will do this, but I feel like for someone who's a soldering expert, this is like moving at microscopic speed. All right, so if I were just going for this, so do I need to order some new solder? Is this like... All right, well, I hear Aaron and Tim on the paste. Right, okay. I didn't know what solder paste is, but here's the wire. Okay, so I guess we'll use the paste. Go for the wire. Don't use the paste, use the wire. It's no offense to Aaron and Thompson. Y'all are amazing. Thank y'all so much. And y'all know way more than me, but I just want to listen to Tim on this. Tim, what are your thoughts? It's soldering here. I've never done paste. I'm really nervous about the paste. I think I might have other soldering wire. 1 second, y'all. Let me see what else I have around here. I think this is the same, though. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think about this one. Okay. So we're not going to do the wire. We're going to do the paste. Okay. All right, we're doing the paste unless somebody tells me otherwise. And then for a soldering tip, I think I need to turn off my solder and go for the most the smallest tip. So this is the smallest tip that I have. I'll show y'all. Um, oh, the paste is bad too. Okay, so then we're gonna. Here's the tips that I have, but it sounds like we're paused until I order more solder. Here's a tip that I have. Is this small enough of a tip? Is my tip fine? And then yeah, here's the soldering flux paste. So it sounds like we're stuck until I get. Okay, a flat pin. I think. Yeah, so I have a flat one that's kind of bigger though. Here, let me show you all the tips that I have at once. No, don't drag it across. Okay. Here's all the tips that I have. And this one all the way to the left here was the one that I was going to use because it's the smallest. Thompson, you're like, you're speaking my language. I like the idea of just redoing it. But Tim, Tim is a very cautious person with these devices because they can't make new ones. And I am too. We're very cautious with this. I do have wick. All right, so do you want me to go for it with the solder that I have? Or should we pause this? By the way, if I destroyed this board, I have 5 other devices we could use. Not that I want to. I'm just saying it wouldn't be the end of the world. I wouldn't be like super sad. But yeah, and I'm gonna try to figure out the delay too, y'all, in my future streams. I apologize about the delay. Okay, so I'm gonna see the heat. So Tim, should I go for it with this? Okay. All right, I'm just waiting for. Right, I got it. Solder 1 pad. I'm just waiting for my soldering gun to cool off so I can properly remove the tip. Actually, I think I got it here. I'm end up burning my finger here. Okay. All right. Hot, 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 hot. Woo, hot. Reminds me of that YouTuber guy who always blows things up on his bench. All right, so now just putting the new tip on. This is definitely a much smaller tip. So, by the way, if y'all weren't live streaming with me, I would totally watch a video on like how to use soldering wick, how to use um, this pin, soldering pin, and um, how to use flux paste because I have no idea how to use any of it. Um, but I don't want to hold this up, and I'm not nervous about it. I'm just hoping y'all could walk me through it. Um, okay. Right. Okay, so I'll go to the other side. Give me a second. All right, I'm just adjusting this so I can get it more towards where others can see it. I'm hoping it's okay to grab onto this here. All right, and then let me see if I can like zoom in for y'all here. Lord, he ain't got good sold. So AI steered me wrong on what to buy here. Okay. Sorry, Tim. Hopefully that's a good corner to attach it to. All right. Okay, so we're going to remove this. Oops. Sorry, all 1 second. All right. So, which solder should I use? I know, Tim. You want me to learn the right way, and I want to learn the right way, but I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for AI, like kind of what would it be like, like the drum machine for the drummer that the musician that struggles to build drums against, so I don't know, some analogy. Okay, so should I use this solder or which solder should I use here, y'all? They're both 1 millimeter, I believe. Right, totally. Careful with AI. Okay, which solder should I use? My proclivity is to use the Kester one just because the other one came with it. But maybe. Okay. 6337. All right. So let's get the soldering gun back on to 350. So we're back on 350. And I'm left-handed, so this is actually nice that we moved it over here because this will give me a little bit more. So do I just put a dab of solder right here, like melt a little solder onto pad 1 and make sure obviously it doesn't touch pad 2? Is that what we're trying? Is that the goal? It's just kind of like have a little bit of solder just in the middle here? Is that the goal? Okay, wait. Y'all using terminology. Right, but y'all are. Okay, so unless somebody tells me to do something differently here, I'm going to go after not the ground pads here. I'm going to go after the VDD1, but I'm happy to do another one. Oh, and Tim, sorry, I can see you now. I'll pull this into my other window so I can see it more consistently. Okay, so let's do the reset pad. We'll do the reset pad, which is the opposing pad. All right. So we're going to do the reset pad, which would be over here. This is the reset pad, I would assume. This is the reset pad. We're going to do the reset pad. Okay, so this is insane, y'all. Okay, so what do we, when y'all are saying put flux on the pads, get the gun heated, wet the tip of your iron, hold it on the pad, bring in the solder. Okay, what is what does flux the pads mean? Like, does that mean put some of this on it? Should I put some of the paste on it? On all the pads at once, or just any depends on that set? No, there's no flux on my solder. So should I put, or I don't, wait. So Kester, this solder is flux inside of it, I think is the question. Okay, hold on. Let's see what I ordered real quick because I don't want to do the wrong thing here. Guys, I feel like I should be eating like a can of salmon to like get my brain. I haven't eaten yet today. Okay. Let's look at the solder that I ordered. He needs to put solder on the tip of the hot iron, then put the tip on the fluxed pad. Okay, so this is what I ordered. Yeah, copy that, Tim. I'm getting the vibe that this is gonna be more difficult than it should be. So let's see if anything about flux. All right, it says 44 rosin flux. It is an activated rosin form for use in flux. So check this out. Can y'all see this? Wait, am I sharing the wrong screen? What is going on here? How do I... Let's see what people are saying. They're saying, does this have flux in the core? Okay. All right. So should I put... Here's my question. I'm about to go, y'all. I'm about to get it going. I'm about to do it here. Should I be putting... should I be putting this flux stuff, this flux paste on... Sorry, I'm taking so slow here. You want solder on the tip of the hot iron, then put the drop of the flux, and put the drop on the flux pad. All right, I got the iron part. I know what to do. I've soldered before. It sounds pretty standard. I'm just going to be gentle with how much I put on there. I get that. Am I supposed to be putting this on there first? Like, am I supposed to put this on the pads, the soldering paste on the pads? All right, so we're going to do that. We're going to put flux on the pads then. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Just moving my soldering iron out the way. Okay, this looks massive. So I'm gonna try to use some different tools here to... Yeah, I'm just gonna use a little bit of this little distributor thing they have. All right, so do I put it on all the pads or just this one? like that. It is kind of touching the other one though. Did I do that right? By the way, while y'all tell me if I did that right, I'm just going to run upstairs really fast and get um a can of wild Alaskan salmon just to like wolf down really fast. Give me like 60 seconds. Okay, I'm back. The goal of the debugger is to, I can't explain it exactly the right words, but it's get more root access to the device. You can like bypass the some of the hardware architecture that the firmware hacking that they've done gets you access to. Okay, so am I now just putting solder on this bad boy, on that pin? I think so. All right. So I understand we don't want the All right, Tim, what do you think the process should be? I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. This salmon's gonna hit my brain and activate it. Just do one pin. Okay. All right. Here we go. We're gonna do one pin. But do I put flux down on everything first? And does it matter if the flux touches the other pins? Or just do this one pin and then we'll worry about it after? We'll do this one pin and worry about it after. Right. All right. Here we go. Right, without the the component. Gotcha, Tim. We'll call it the component for in honor of Thompson. All right, the flux can touch anything. Okay, so then, all right, then I'm gonna put flux everywhere while we're there. While we're fluxing, we'll flux everywhere. I just need like a hand holder. That's what I need. Okay. Okay, how's that? It's looking pretty good, right? All right. And then now the hard part. Oh, that was my helping hand. Yeah, you are my hand holder, Tim. Okay, how am I supposed to do that? Like, it's not, there's nothing for it to connect to. All right, so the delay is definitely making it more difficult, but I think what y'all are telling me is like, um, to touch the pad first, then bring the solder in, then release. Okay, we'll try that. I don't understand. Like, it's not. And by the way, is that flux smoking not good to breathe in, or the rubber on the helping hand tip? I know the rubber for sure, but I was just wondering the flux, just so I know. Taking a little quick breather to kind of talk this out with y'all. The pad needs to be hot. Okay, so the pad, not good to breathe in. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm stressed about the breathing in of the flux part, but we'll talk about that in a second. Touch just the iron to the pad for a second with your left hand. Put the iron on the pad, then touch the solder on the iron. It will hit the pad. You'll be all right. Pad, iron. Should be about 1 second. Okay, that helps. All right, and are y'all saying I need like a little, like a fan to blow the flux smoke away? Stressing me. My wife wants me to live a long time. I want to live a long time. Lead's terrible, so if flux was worse than lead, then Jesus. It's scaring me here. Okay, I think I know what needs to be done. All right, so yeah, I do have like a I have tip cleaner. I'm rubbing it in the tip cleaner right now. All right, I think that looks pretty clean, right? Like I think that first, yeah, I think it looks like it did pretty well. Um, cool. Thank you, Tim. All right. Okay, so put the component there, put more flux. So do I put flux on top of the component or the header? I would assume y'all keep saying more flux is better, so I'm just gonna like put some there. Okay. Oh, I put flux on the solder. I hope that's okay. I can wipe it off if I should. Tell me if I should wipe it off. All right, and I'm gonna do what Tim was saying. Okay, cool. All right, I think we're ready to do. I'm gonna heat the solder up, reheat the solder up while the pad's there. One of the things that and I could do more research on this is like, um, core flux is gone before it hits the pads. The paste flux is there for that. Got it. Is that this solder is lead, and I don't think I've been breathing it in, but I will be careful not to. But that's crazy that this is lead, right? Like, I mean, I'm already kind of crazy enough as a person. Doesn't lead make you crazy? So, I feel like my wife would be really upset. But we're gonna be okay because y'all are pros and y'all do this all the time. But this is not the most ventilated space. Okay, here we go. Oh, gotcha, Tim. That really helps. Thank you. Whew. That's a relief. Okay, cool. Um, oh, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna do this thing. Where's the header? All right, and it would be really annoying to do the header on wrong, so we're gonna double check the orientation. So I wonder if I could just do it like this and it would just like drop in. Like, why couldn't I do that? I'm gonna go to the other side so you can see the other side. It's nice having the iPhone camera. How this thing chooses the focus is beyond me. I don't know why it's like it's having trouble focusing. It's just, guys, y'all are. I'm really struggling to get it to focus here. Hold on. So I think the lesson here is get some gloves. There we go. All right, guys, I'm going in and seeing if I could like have this thing drop in. Okay, I think I need to like move it back a little bit, maybe. Okay. I think that's pretty good as long as the solder is isolated. Okay, I think we're in, y'all, but the thing that I'm having trouble with is seeing if the solder is um isolated. So I'm gonna use the camera by itself for a second to just kind of see if I can like zoom in here. Okay, so the solder is isolated. I just took a zoomed up picture of it, and the solder is isolated. So I think we're in a good position to keep moving forward, if y'all agree. Okay, what's the tricky part? is doing like eight of these. That's the tricky part. So, y'all, I have therapy. More flux, hold this hip on the iron. Okay. This was incredible. I don't think I'm going to get this done in 20 minutes. I have therapy at 2 o'clock my time. It's 1:30. I would love to keep going. I think guys, thank y'all so, Tim, thank you so much. Thompson, what is Thompson's name? Did we get that? Right. I think I should order more solder wire overnight and get, why don't we just order some more solder wire and yeah, and then we'll resume tomorrow. I'll get some more. Alan, thank you so much. Tim, thank you. This was incredible. Hi, Alan. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, so basically I'm thinking, let me order some more solder iron, and I'll order some solder paste. And we will then resume. We'll do this tomorrow. We'll finish it tomorrow. I just need a thinner solder wire. Right? So I think that's what we're going to do. I probably do. Salt Lake has got a huge like maker community. But I'm thinking I could just get a thinner version of this. So I could just be like, this is what I would do that Tim would die for. It's like, hey, they would give me tons of shit for having this big software. What's a much smaller version of this? Oh, is the music playing? Sorry. Sorry, is the music? How about now? Sorry, y'all. The music was a mistake. Is the music off now? It should be off. Yeah, I didn't mean to have the music. Is the music off now? Guys, thank y'all so much for everything. This was super fun. So it's saying we need this size. So I'm going to order this size. So we're going to do Kester, and then we're going to do 0.015. And oh, it's saying Wednesday. What about 0.20? Yeah, exactly. That's what I want. That's the goal, is to make my own beats, Tim, for sure. 1,000%. 1,000%. Okay, solder paste. All right, I don't know if this is a good quality solder paste. Tell me what to buy. I need to figure out how to get rid of the delay. I will try my best to get rid of it while still streaming in 4K. Oh, sorry, Tim. Yeah, I'm not getting it. Did you send it in the DMs? Or if it's... Oh, you know what? Live chat. I'm not seeing it in the YouTube chat. I think YouTube's filtering it. Maybe you could send it through in... Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, I see it. Okay. Oh, I didn't know what yours... When you were saying DigiKey, I had no idea. Y'all, this is like a lot of cognitive load here. So, got it. Okay, I apologize. No, I got it now. I apologize. Got it now. Sorry. Tim, what paste? Oh, y'all are killing me. All right. Well, I'm ordering. Wait, what paste, Alan? All right. All right. I'm ordering the Kester solder, and the 100 grams is just what comes in tomorrow. So it just is what it is. Unfortunately, they don't think they have other ones that come in as fast. So, y'all, this was so much fun. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Aaron, for joining and chilling with me the whole time. Obviously, wouldn't have been impossible without you, Tim. But Alan, I think you've added a ton of value. Love your proactive, jumping in, keeping Tim on his feet with your own opinions. Luke, too. I didn't know you soldered, Luke. That's crazy. Aaron, I didn't know you also were as experienced. So this was really cool. Thank y'all for joining. Much love. Thank y'all so much. It really warms my soul. This is exactly what I wanted to do. We did it not as far as long as I wanted to be, but I think we'll get there faster with the better solder, hopefully. But now we just need some robotic arms or something to be steady. But thank y'all. And Aaron, I hope you can follow along tomorrow. That would be amazing. Cool. About the pace. That sounds too good to be true. So I will look into how to use solder paste tomorrow. That sounds amazing. Yeah, next episode we have an SWD header. Awesome. Thanks, y'all. Much love. Peace.